Yes, we are.
All right. What's going on, guys? Rob the Rebel here with Big E. You know what we're doing. We've been talking about this for a couple weeks now, going on for the podcast for Beyond Total Fit. It's really a pleasure for us to be able to kind of go over certain aspects of the fitness game, people that are influences, to say the least, that in the game, from trainers, some of the top jiu-jitsu guys, boxers, fighters, kind of the whole nine. Everything kind of plugs in together. Eric's been doing this for many of years.
Yes.
As myself, I'm young, but I've been in the industry since I was like 18. So it's all I know, I guess, to say the least. So we would love feedback. This is kind of the first setup. So today what we're doing is we're gonna do a questionnaire, just kind of on Eric. It's gonna be very nonchalant. Just kind of asking him different questions on why he decided to do the podcast. So we'll start with that, and then we'll kind of go into a couple other things. So, I said to people, what was the reason behind the podcast and why you wanted to kind of bring everything to life?
Well, my initial reason for starting this was to build some information, give information to you guys. If you've ever wanted to find out about fitness and never had the access to a trainer, a legitimate trainer, this is the perfect venue. It's also a platform to kind of market and sell, cross-market. This should be it. So Beyond Total Fitness was designed for you, basically, to figure out what you wanted to learn and did not learn through your trainer. We're going to give you that information.
And to touch on that a little bit, I think it's an amazing product in itself, because a lot of the times that you have people that come in, they don't know left from right, which is okay, because now that, that's the reason we went to school, or that's the reason that we pick up anything, because we want to learn from it. So this kind of gives you that outlook, and you get to learn from other experts in other areas, right? And just kind of hear from different coaches. You have aggressive coaches, you have coaches that are less aggressive, right? You have competitive coaching, you have coaches that are just doing this to help people change their lifestyles.
Different areas like yoga, boxing, MMA, bodybuilding, powerlifting. We're gonna have tons of different tips from tons of different individuals to give you a different perspective on the fitness aspect of the situation.
So, to touch a little bit on that, tell us a little bit about your fitness journey and kind of what took place there, or kind of what, I guess, to say the least, what got you started in your fitness areas, and what were some of the things that you keyed onto, and what are some of the things that you've overcome?
That's a loaded question. Well, I was an athlete, high school. I did the track situation. Wouldn't say I was a track star, but I was an athlete, played basketball, played football, multi-sport situation. As I grew older, I did Muay Thai, mixed martial arts. I excelled in that, had a couple fights, and stayed in the fitness industry. Like, the fitness industry is more my life than anything else. I get a kick out of helping people. So if I can help a person, it's pretty gratifying for me.
So, and a lot of the times you get coaches that some of them get into it for the money, which I get. It's just like a job, it's a career.
Right.
And then you have guys like us that do this to see the gratification off of people, to see them accomplish goals that they didn't think was possible.
Right.
I know for myself, in general, that's kind of the reasons that I like to take on harder cases, or and I say case because you don't always necessarily know the person on what the outcome's going to be. I know Eric's had a lot of, has dealt with clients in the past where they've had coming back from heart attacks, major injuries, tears.
I've had clients 400 pounds, no exaggeration.
So, stuff like that. I guess another question that I would ask you overall, if you're on the outside looking into the podcast, what do you want people to take from the podcast on a weekly basis, or say the least on what would you want your fan base to take from this?
Well, there's tons of misconceptions that I myself didn't know. And if I hadn't done my homework and research, I would have never known. And getting firsthand information from that particular genre is what I'm really trying to relay. If you're into boxing, there's a certain level of information you have to have from a boxer. So whatever it is, I think I need you guys to get as much information as possible. And of course, Sounds corny, but knowledge is power. So the more information you have on a particular sport, a particular art form, it actually helps you out. That's the purpose of this.
Guys, and look, man, and this is the thing. So this is it's a focal point for you guys to really take advantage of it. To say the least, like half the stuff it's like listening to Gary Vee, some of the guys we're gonna be bringing in, because they're staples in the game.
Right.
Like you can look them up, look up their social media, see their athletes, see the gyms these dudes working. Like we're not bringing in just random people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not bringing up Tom off the street who just started. Like, you know, I'll touch on one thing that we've noticed and we've actually had the discussion is that, you know, some of the topics we are gonna touch topics that might make you cringe a little bit,
I'm sure.
and especially when it comes to the fitness industry. One of the things that really kind of gets me is the hard work that no longer exists in the fitness industry, to say the least. You know, when we used to go into a gym, you would see the work, and it goes all around from mixed martial arts to just fitness in general. You do have, and this isn't everybody, and don't take it like that, but it's more of that hard work demeanor.
It's not the same. It's definitely not the same.
It's not the same to when I was growing up, but I just turned 31.
Right.
Yeah, I just turned 31, but I used to that was always a big thing for me to walk into a gym and be like, you smell it, like you just, you feel that you know what I'm saying? Like you feel that difference.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, that's kind of what we have here. You know, for those that don't know, our home gym is Dragon's Gym. We are off of East Flamingo Road in McLeod.
In Las Vegas.
You know, the Mecca, as some people would say, the Mecca of the industry.
Yeah.
You know, when you come in here and literally people have said it or people have walked up to us and we're working. We in it. You have dying, sweating, moving.
It is a lifestyle at this point.
Yeah. Like from eating to drinking. You know, Coach Rob touched on the water thing. If you guys look on Beyond Total Fit Instagram, I've shared it on my page, on the Rebel page. I've shared it on my Coach One Rebel page. He touches on the water, the amount of water you should be drinking, why you should be taking that in. You know, you guys talked to Master Ricardo, probably one of the baddest dudes to ever step on a mat. You know, that's kind of what you can expect as far, you know, we got guys from American Ninja Warrior, guys that are actually competing in bodybuilding. These are things that you guys can expect. I got guys that are fighting. We have pro fighters that are going to be coming in.
And we'd love for you guys to, if you have questions that you've been burning to ask us, whether it be on the timeline of the YouTube page. Ask us, and if we don't have the information, we'll definitely get it to you.
And we'll start going live on Facebook and things like that. I got to get used to it. Yeah. You know, he had to talk me into putting my face on the web. Yeah. So there it is. There you go. There you have it. That's why I'm not on there. You know, we definitely are going to touch on a lot of things. So even if you guys want to send us topics on a weekly basis, send us topics.
Please do.
Love to talk about anything that you guys, maybe you're having trouble with your macros. Maybe you're having trouble on what supplements to take.
Maybe you don't know what a macro is.
Yeah, you know, a proper push-up.
Right.
You know, there's different variations of things that you might not know. Here, you know, touching on some of the things like, do not go out and spend $1,200 on supplements if you don't know what they are.
True.
Like, save your money.
Yeah, some of it is a waste.
Go ask a professional and have him walk you through. Because you might not eat everything. A 13-year-old does not eat testosterone. I've seen that.
That's so true. That's absolutely true.
I've seen that more than you would expect.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
I'm serious. I've had mothers walk in here and be like, I just bought my son a weight gainer and a testosterone. I'm like, he's 13. Feed him.
His natural testosterone is going through the roof at that point.
Yeah, like, see, it's stuff like that, man. Like, it's a lot of things that you guys can pick up off what we're going to go over. You know, if anybody ever wants to come in and check us out, more than welcome to, man. We always like showing love, talking to everybody.
Now, did you want to talk about, I think you had a topic. Did you want to talk about that topic now? You want to tease him a little bit, or you want to talk about it later?
All right, so I have a couple of topics that I've been working on. I'm going to touch on this, though. So I want you guys to give a little bit of feedback. We're going to call, I was thinking about the podcast name because we were going to call it just, you know, Beyond Total Fit Podcast and keep it simple.
No, we don't want simple.
We don't want simple.
We don't like
so what we're going to do, what I thought, Big Bull and the Rebel podcast is what we were gonna call it because that Eric's nickname is the Big Bull. I don't understand why I have to explain that. Beige Bull.
Yeah,
Obviously, hello. So Beige Bull and the Rebel podcast is what we wanted to, is what I'm leaning more
we'll
to.
let you guys
We'll
decide.
let you guys decide. You guys pick. So one of the topics that I do want to touch on is because I have a lot of friends that are in the cosmetic business, and you know, I'm not knocking it. If that's the way that you want to go with things, by all means. I personally have my feelings about it because I've seen women that were track stars or athletes in general, just athletic, and ridiculous specimen when it comes to touching any type of sports. And to see them go in opposite direction of surgery, what you guys would call, I think it's called the red laser tech. I'm not sure if that's the proper.
I thought they called it snatched. I mean, that's
So okay, so you see, there's many
different types.
but that's one of the topics we're gonna get into, and I'm gonna get real touchy with it because I feel that it takes away a lot of the extras that you guys don't need.
Right.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money on top of that. If you got it, more power to you. I just feel that it takes away from a lot of the things that we've seen built on the fitness industry.
Right. The old school way of doing things and just getting out and doing it is how I look at it. Is, in my opinion, is the best way to go. You cannot surgery your way into the ideal body. Is my opinion. Now, I think old school push-ups will get you the best chest in the world. I mean, that's just the way I look at it. Or you can go get an implant. But that's just my opinion. I'm gonna leave my opinion to myself. But there are ways to get what you need without surgery. That's the point we're trying to make. I think.
And it goes on. Squats ain't never killed nobody.
Yeah, I mean that too. But
Squats ain't never killed nobody to get you a booty.
True. That's true, ladies.
You know, ladies. I mean, you know.
There's a difference.
Hey, look, lips. I'm not gonna argue that. Sometimes we're just not born with it. You got to do what you got to do. Hey, I understand.
Right.
You know, I'm coming off of 6-7 months ago. I was at 315, probably the heaviest I've ever been in my life.
Wow.
Between business that I run on my own to having little ones,
Which is plug yourself. Go ahead and get it over with.
So I own Rebel MMA out here in Vegas. You know, I've been in the industry for many years. We do mixed martial arts. On top of that, I do one-on-one training. So with that being said, it's just kind of for me, I've seen the industry go from hard work up at the top to now where it's fluctuating, and you have dudes walking in from the street like, I only need to do this for an hour and go home and I can go pro. Or, you know, I don't need to do squats because I'm gonna get the butt of my dreams with a doctor. And that's fine, but you have to understand that it goes with anything. It's certain
risks.
There's risk, there's extras. So, you know, stuff like that. That's kind of one of the topics. We'll leave it there for you guys to kind of touch on it and get a feel for it. And if you guys want to tell me to, you know, F off, hey, look, I get it.
That's what makes it fun.
It makes this, you know, we're going to piss a lot of people off sometimes. We're going to make everybody happy sometimes.
I like pissing people off.
Me too.
We really like pissing people off.
If you couldn't understand that already, the Beige Bull and the Rebel, just by the name, it's the concept. So again, you know, we appreciate y'all. I hope you guys got a little bit of a taste of what we will be offering, what we will go over. And again, man, keep it free, you know.
We got tons of stuff coming. Just hold on. We got a lot of good information. Rob has tons of information he wants to give. We're gonna have fitness celebrities, if you want to call them that, coming in also. So you guys are gonna learn from the top professionals in each industry.
We'll have some fun ones. You know, we'll bring comedians in, or you know, might bring a stripper in, so you guys can talk to a stripper and see what that fitness journey is like. Because you know, just because you got to understand too, they got to keep tight.
They are some of the fittest.
Yeah.
I mean, thinking about
see what I'm saying? Like it's just a matter like how different professions have to keep in shape.
It's true.
You know, bring in some metro officers. We all know some of them are not in the best shape.
I got warrants.
What? I'm good. So I might be doing that podcast by myself.
I won't be there.
So we'll have a stand in. Don't worry about it. So again, guys, it's your boy, the Rebel, the Beige Bull. Hit us up. We'll see you guys next week, and then let us know what you think.
Peace and blessings.